Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Meg Beyer, and I work at the McSilver Institute, and I work on the MCTAC project. I'm joined by my colleague, and I'll ask her to introduce herself.
My name is Caitlin Cronin, and I also work at the McSilver Institute on the MCTAC project. And today, we're going to talk to you about the Chargemaster, what that tool is, and how you can create your own.
Thanks, Caitlin.
Before we get started, we're going to talk about a few housekeeping things. As always, the slides are going to be posted onto ctechny.org after this webinar, and information and timelines are current as of the date of this presentation, so as of April 27, 2017.
Yeah, we like to say that because we know that our tools and resources are often viewed far into the future after we record them. And so just as a reminder, this is only as up to date as of April 27, 2017. And if there are any changes to be made, hopefully we'd come out with a new version.
Exactly. Okay, so jumping right in.
Yeah, what's the Chargemaster?
So basically, Meg, a Chargemaster is a database of all of your rates.
Okay.
So breaking that down a little bit, it's going to be a list of every service you provide and the official rate for each of those services.
Wow. So this could be helpful on the billing side, but also the service side as well, it sounds like. Okay.
You can have a wide range of helpful applications. So now you might be asking yourself, I've been billing for a while, I have all of this information in my head. Why do I want to create a Chargemaster?
That's a great question. So I think to get to that question, why do you want to create one of these things, the general idea is that it's helpful to have one comprehensive, consolidated resource telling everyone across your organization and agency what services can be reimbursed by what payers. So this really helps to ensure that the basic understanding across all departments is accessible to everyone, and it really helps to further agency integration. So this one consolidated comprehensive tool can be accessible to everyone and contains all of the information that's needed. Okay. Financially, it also makes sense to create a Chargemaster tool because this tool can provide codes for billers. It can contain all of the information that's needed around the codes. It also can really make the process of billing go a little bit faster because all of the information is there in one place, and it can really help to enhance billing compliance, which is really important for our behavioral health providers that we work with. Additionally, there's a clinical benefit to this, a clinical benefit to creating a Chargemaster, and that's because the Chargemaster tool can provide the professional qualifications, such as a LMSW or MD, that are necessary to bill, and really helping organizations and agencies to assist with service determinations. So again, keeping all of this information in one comprehensive, consolidated area can really help an agency and organization. Who should create a Chargemaster, Caitlin?
So we recommend that all provider agencies that bill for their services create a Chargemaster. And so within your agency, you want to get people across different departments involved in this process. You want to have the billing and finance team involved. You want to have the compliance and quality assurance departments involved in both the initial creation and in keeping this document up to date. We suggest that you make a committee with a chairperson who will take the lead in making sure that you meet regularly to update this document. As we know, we're in a system transition, and so there are new rates popping up and rates being modified, and keeping this document up to date helps keep everyone at your organization informed and up to date.
So that's cool. Okay, so this makes sense. So you want to have buy-in across your organization and agency. So you would include people from the different departments, agency-wide, on this committee, and then you kind of want someone, let's call them a champion, you know, the person that brings everybody together, makes sure that the committee is meeting on a regular basis, so to update the Chargemaster tool, so it can be the most useful and helpful resource that you have.
Exactly.
Oh, okay, I like that. How else can we decide what to include on a Chargemaster? Because we've talked about a couple things. We've talked about the billing piece, the clinical piece. I think starting from billing, obviously, the billable services that you provide are going to be the core component of your Chargemaster, your starting point. So you'd want to include the service descriptions, the billing codes, the billing rules and regulations, as well as the professionals that are able to provide and bill each service. In terms of the codes that you want to include in the Chargemaster, you want to include the codes for the insurances that you accept. So that could be Medicaid, Medicaid managed care, Medicare, commercial insurance, or any other insurance that you accept. Additionally, some agencies will include their rates for each payer. And again, we're talking through the general concepts of the Chargemaster. A big piece of this tool, I think what we're talking about, Caitlin, is that each organization and agency can tailor it to their needs.
Yes.
Make it specific for themselves.
This tool becomes more valuable the more personalized you make it.
Exactly. So for example, it might be helpful for you to personalize your Chargemaster so that the agency service name, whatever you refer to the service, is, if it's different from what OMH and OASIS refer to it as, you also include a column where you have the OMH and OASIS service name and then what you internally refer to it as. And also, if it's applicable, including your electronic health record, EHR specific codes in the Chargemaster tool as well.
Right, just to make sure everything that you're using is in one place.
Exactly. And so here, Caitlin and I pulled together a potential template of what a Chargemaster tool could look like. This is a spreadsheet, and it contains, again, the name and definition of the services, what our make-believe agency service name would be, the billing rules, what the profession who can provide the service is, the minimum duration of the service, the CPT codes, the modifier, the Medicaid procedure codes, the Medicaid managed care procedure codes. We just want to emphasize that this is just an example. This is a template, and we as MCTAC are not guaranteeing that the accuracy of the information on our template, but we are just providing a mock-up of how a Chargemaster could look once you develop it. So this is just a sample. This is not a real Chargemaster. This is just kind of what we put together and what we envisioned a Chargemaster tool could look like. Yeah.
So in addition to this template, this sample, there are also some other resources you might want to use when creating your Chargemaster. So there's the OMH Dashboard, there's the coding crosswalk rate sheets, the HARP mainstream, billing and coding manual. And so these are just great resources to use as you're creating and as you're filling out your Chargemaster. So that way you can make sure everything is up to date, and also when you're updating things to look back on these resources.
Yeah, these are great and helpful, and as you know, we emphasize with so many ongoing changes, you know, perhaps the champion of your Chargemaster committee would keep these resources handy to make sure that you can access them to update your Chargemaster tool as much as necessary. Great. And finally, we know this is not a live webinar, but we do want to offer, if you have any questions, to please send them in to our mctac.info@nyu.edu email. We do look at it frequently, and we try and respond as close to when you send your question in as possible. Additionally, we know that there's a lot of information out there, and so as part of our MCTAC work, we have created a lot of tools and resources and have them located all on our website at ctacny.org, and would encourage you to visit the website if you have any other questions or are interested in any other resources related to behavioral health and the transition of the behavioral health system, transformation of the behavioral health system in New York State. So with that, I want to thank all of you who clicked on the link and listened to our webinar, and we hope that this Chargemaster tool is helpful and useful to you and your organizations and agencies. Thanks for joining us, Caitlin.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.